Assalamu alaikum. This is my Revert story. This is also the story of how I, an atheist for over 20 years, converted to Islam. So in 2022, I'd had a bad year. At the start of 2023, I set an intention with the word ease. I wanted to attract ease into my life. Unfortunately, 2023 was full of hardship. My husband was diagnosed with MS, and it became progressively worse. There were deaths, multiple ones, two of which were people close to me and were unexpected. There was job loss, there were money problems. My back was against the wall, and I felt I was in what Joseph Campbell calls the dark night of the soul. And I was very aware that not everyone survives that dark night. My heart was suddenly open, I think because of all the trauma and grief. It had just exploded open, and I remember describing it as an open wound. And I was worried that, like an open wound, something would get in there and infect it. So I wanted to fill it with good things. I started to look towards any spiritual belief system or practice for answers and for fulfillment. I looked into Buddhism, Taoism, Kabbalah, mysticism, paganism, astrology, tarot, etc., etc. And none of them truly clicked. And then October 7th rolled around, and I was witnessing the atrocities in Gaza, and I saw it through the lens of my own trauma and my own suffering, but theirs was so much worse. And yet they displayed a form of grief that was different from my own. It was a resilient sort of grief. They would have lost everything, and their homes, their loved ones, and they would immediately thank God. I wanted to know the source of this resilience, so I ordered a Quran and I started reading. And I came across the verse, truly, with hardship, there is ease. My word of the year. I read it in December 2023. I had also been to many protests and other sorts of direct action to object to what was happening in Gaza. And through these actions, I had met a good portion of the Muslim community here and discovered that they are the kindest and most supportive people I had ever met. And I was longing for community. Every book I had read about trauma emphasized that it isn't really therapy or medication or any of the healing modalities that sort of cure or help you to recover from trauma. It's community. And so now I had that, and I had the Quran, and I had a sense of meaning and destiny and purpose. And so a few days ago, in March 2024, I converted to Islam. So that's my story.
Giving dawah to non-Muslims begins with sharing the truth in a gentle and respectful way. When you approach others with kindness, they feel safe and valued, and this opens their hearts to listen. Islam teaches us to invite people with wisdom, patience, and sincere care. When your character reflects the teachings of Islam, people naturally become curious to know more about your faith. Many non-Muslims have questions about Islam but are unsure where to find honest answers. By speaking to them calmly and explaining the core beliefs, such as worshiping one God, following the prophets, doing good deeds, and living a moral life, you help clear the misunderstandings they may have. Sometimes even a small explanation or a simple conversation can inspire them to look deeper into Islam. If someone accepts Islam through your dawah, the reward from Allah is immense. Every prayer they make, every good action they do, and every word of worship they say becomes a blessing for you as well. Allah gives this reward without taking anything away from them. Helping guide someone to the path of truth is one of the greatest acts of mercy you can do, and its reward continues even after you leave this world. So continue inviting others with kindness and humility. Make dua for their guidance and trust that Allah will open hearts when the time is right. Even if they do not accept Islam immediately, your good character and sincere effort may be the spark that leads them to the truth later. Allah rewards every step taken to share Islam, and He may grant you blessings beyond what you can imagine for every person you help bring closer to Him.